everybody. How are you doing? We'll be alright today. We'll be alright today. Tomorrow is rising up. Yesterday will fall. We are together now in the midst of it all, and we'll be alright today. We'll be alright today. You know I cannot let this moment pass without calling out to the moon and the stars about how lucky I believe we are, and we'll be alright today. We'll be alright today. All our dreams and limitations, all our failures and celebrations, together rise, together rise and fall. Yeah. All our doubt and inspiration, all our darkness and elation, together rise together. Rise together, yeah. And we bleed, we mend, we get back up and we bleed again. We rise, we fall, stand together through it all, and we'll be alright today. We'll be alright today. Yeah. And we'll be alright today. We'll be alright today. Come on. All right. Cheers. It's good to be with y'all. Allie and I had a good night yesterday. It being the solstice and all, we decided to go on a night hike. There was a third of a moon shining down on us and a pretty clear sky and warm enough weather that we could go out into the desert and in the mountains and around the boulders without any flashlights, except for a couple hairy moments where we really needed to see our footing. and it was just special. It was special to get to do special things in a year that's got a lot of not so goodness in it, you know. And of course, right, every year that's got a lot of not so goodness, there's a lot of goodness in there too, right? It's just harder to see it all sometimes, harder to appreciate it all. But it is good to be here with you all and hanging out and alive and all that good stuff. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Yeah. You know, that's it. That's all I have to say. You know. ... Oh. That's better. Woo. Let's try that again. City of rats and hustlers. Keep their parties and lights. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna buy me a plot of land out in the desert. So, come on. Raise a pig, cook it up nice. No, a nigga, but you and me, baby. Let's slow let's get out of this town. You and me, baby. Let's get out of this, let's get out of this town. Hey, you and me, baby. Let's get out of this, let's get out of this town. Hey, That is always a fun one to play. All right. How about I play you one that I've never played for anyone before? Sometimes I write songs for people. The purpose of the writing of them is to kind of give it to them. Maybe it's about them, maybe it's inspired by them. But it's for them to hear. Sometimes I write songs about people, telling a story about somebody, and it doesn't necessarily matter sometimes whether or not those people hear the song or not, right? It could be about a fictional person, it could be about a person in history. Sometimes there's another category though. Sometimes I write a song that's kind of inspired by a person. Sometimes it's not really. Sometimes it's more just. Sometimes I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say in the song. I'm thinking about somebody and I'm writing a song, and sometimes again the process is about just getting stuff out. And sometimes those songs are just like journal entries or rough drafts or little sketches that are never really meant to be seen by anyone or played for anyone. This is one of those songs. I probably wrote it, I don't know, 18 years ago, something like that. 20 years ago. I probably wrote it 20 years ago. So I was just starting off, and I was just thinking about my dad, and you know how sometimes a painter will paint really realistically about a person, and sometimes there are impressionist painters, right, that will try to throw the essence of a thing onto the canvas. Sometimes there are abstract painters that just take the emotion from a thing and it just gets out onto the canvas, but it's not actually necessarily supposed to represent the person. Well, this might be somewhere between impressionism and it's probably like an impressionist painting, maybe. Me sitting around thinking about my dad. This one's called Daddy-O. Bobby said, going to make me a call. Gonna do it by myself today. I don't know if it'll go very far. If it don't, I can throw it away. Daddy-O, what will you define it on? Daddy-O, how will you define it all? You define it all. Bobby said, going to plant me a tree. Gonna do it by myself today. I found a good spot where no one could see. I got nothing to prove anyway. Daddy-O, Daddy, oh, how will you define it all? Daddy, oh, how will you define it all? To define it all. Cheers. We getting a little colors? Thank you for the claps. Glad you liked that one. All right, let's see what the sunset cam has to say for itself. What do you think? Ah, yeah. It's a little bit dark. It's a little bit dark. It's a little bit dark. Possibly problematically dark. If it is a priority that you want to see my face, but really, it's that stuff behind me that's a little bit more special, I think. Especially after 285 nights. I mean, you know what I look like. Every sunset's different, though, you know? Well, as many of you gatherers may have seen, witnessed at this point, our friend Corinna is hanging out with us tonight. That makes me super, super happy. Man, it is good to have people in your life that you love. And it takes a year like this one to really help you recognize, I think, maybe help us all recognize how much those people mean to us. Corinna is one of those people, and for those of you who are maybe new to the gatherings, she is not only one of my friends, but she is a pretty kick-ass fiddle player. And you know, when the world isn't falling apart, we're out on the road playing together. She's in the band, and man, we're looking forward, you know, and maybe some of you newer gatherers don't know this, but in July, it was really, you know, we knew less about COVID than we do now. But we just had this belief that, you know what, we believe in this community. We believe in our ability to be responsible, look after one another. And so we created a system to take these gatherings and bring them to people's backyards. And we ended up doing almost 50 live gatherings from people's backyards all over the Northeast. It was pretty inspiring and amazing to be a part of. People would show up. Everybody would wear their masks. We created these little pod systems. So if you showed up with family members or whatever, you'd have your own little separated pod where you could put down your chair in the lawn. And man, just like out here, there were cold nights and there were hot nights, and but they were all fun nights for sure. And so, man, I am looking forward to the weather getting a little bit nicer this spring. It will help that some of our population will be vaccinated by then. But we got a system down, and we're gonna. I can't wait to start playing with my bandies again. That's gonna be fun. All right. Well, anyways, I will play one more song, and then I'm gonna give Corinna a call, um, and we're gonna talk a little science. She has sent us a little video of a song that I'm gonna share. This is gonna be good. So, Corinna, I have not even listened to your video yet. It's been a little bit crazy around here, and actually I was 2 minutes late for the gathering tonight because I was still downloading it. So this is actually even more of a treat for me because I'm going to get to watch it for the very first time with the rest of the gatherers. It's pretty fun. So, all right. Well, this is one called Katie. Well, they say I am weak, I am told, and I gave in to pressure all the time. But if you are in town and the weather is cold, you can stay in my bed. I don't mind. Hey. I will turn around somehow. Well, they say I am weak, I am told that I don't understand. But they say I am blind just 'cause you are the prettiest thing in this world. And I hold you like a TV all day in my mind. Hey, Katie, won't you turn your eyes around? Won't you turn your eyes around? And I'll be waiting. Shake your things down as I will turn your eyes around. Someday when it's done with all your running around, you may find that you can't take another mile. And you will turn around and find me with my patient waiting smile. Oh, I am weak. Huh. Well, they say I am weak, I am told, and I gave in to the pressure all of the time. But if you are in town and the weather is cold, you can stay in my bed. I don't mind. As I will turn your eyes around, I will turn your eyes, yeah. Katie, yeah. Yeah. Have you guys noticed that most of these are leftovers of leftovers? They're about to turn leftovers. You know what I mean? Like the leftovers that are about to turn. But they're, still looking kind of tasty. Yeah, you guys chose great songs on Saturday, so I wanted to just keep on playing them. Let's give Corinna a call. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens.
Hey, friend. How you doing?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. I can see you. It's actually working. I love it.
Woo! Good.
Where are you right now?
I am at my folks' house.
No, well, I know you're at your folks' house. By the way, not everybody knows where you are from. So, gatherers, we are live from Saline, Michigan right now. Pretty awesome. Are you in the room though is that your like growing up bedroom? I can't see quite where you are.
No. I am in the room with the piano right here. This is where I recorded a little video for you. Yeah, you've been in here.
Yep. So this house that Corinna's been staying in with her folks is a regular stopping point for the band whenever we go across country, or most times when we go across country. Her folks take good care of us. Have you've been there for about a week, right?
I think a little over a week. Yeah,
oh
yeah.
My gosh. How much longer are you there for before you head back to Boston?
About another week. It's been really nice.
Yeah. And you're there with your brother, right, yeah. Brandon, who is also Gatherers, a great musician in a band called the Appleseed Collective. We've played some shows with them all over Michigan, haven't we?
That's right. We've been very lucky that everyone in my family is either retired or works from home, so we were able to quarantine so that we could spend this holiday together. I feel very fortunate.
Pretty special. Well, right on. I'm glad that you're here with us. Did you hear? I'm gonna get to watch and listen to your song for the first time with the rest of the gatherers tonight.
I heard that. We're getting classical again tonight. Oh, a little classical piano for you.
I love that. Who was the piece written by?
It was written by Chopin, and it's one of his preludes. It's called the Raindrop Prelude.
Nice. Pretty awesome. And gatherers, that's one of the coolest things about my band members. Most of them can sit down to most instruments and play something that sounds pretty impressive. So I'm looking forward to that, Corinna, and it's good to see your face. I'm glad you're on with us tonight.
It's really good to see you too. Miss you.
You got some serious headphones on tonight, huh?
I know. I got the big boys.
Yeah.
I was listening to band mixes on these earlier today. Actually, listening to some of our studio stuff. Pretty psyched.
I don't know if you were on yet, but I played All Right Tonight, which Gatherers is gonna All Right tonight. Which Gatherers is going to be our first release, hopefully in January, and so we are in the final phases of kind of tweaking the mix and making sure everything's sounding good. And one of those parts that I really depend on is I send the song out to my bandies, and I get feedback from them, and I make them listen to the mix on all sorts of speakers and giant headphones so that they can hear well. But it's I think Corinna, I'm not just speaking for myself when I say All Right Today is coming out pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. I know.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Yep. I'm surprised. Your Cherry and Doug aren't crouching in the corner over there and peeking into view.
They absolutely are. They are about 3 feet off camera right here.
Hi, Ma.
Both
Hi, Dad.
watching. Yep, they're watching.
Can they hear? They can't hear because all the sound's going into your ears, I guess, right? Or are they listening on their own
Yes, they
headphones?
have to have their own headphones, which I think my dad does. My mom doesn't right now. But they say hi.
Yep. So, yep. Corinna gatherers have been pretty selfish because she's really what she's done for the last week is stolen her parents away from us. Sherry and Doug are some of our most regular gatherers, very active members on the chat board, and Doug especially makes sure that my guitar is in tune every single night. And they have been Doug, if you're listening. Do you know how out of tune my guitar's been for the last week? You've been nowhere to be seen, selfishly hanging out with your children.
I don't know if you can hear him chuckling in the background, but he liked that.
Now, Corinna, I forget how we usually do this. You have a science question prepared for us today?
I do, so I'll ask the question, and then if you want to share the video, that'll give the gatherers a little time to write down their answers.
All right.
Talk about it.
What's our topic today?
Our topic today is pine trees.
Woo!
And the question is, what makes pine trees smell so good?
Oh. What makes pine trees smell so good? Assuming you like the smell of pine trees, that is, gatherers.
Sure.
I am not. I mean, I would think that it would be something in the sap of the pine trees, but that is probably only a very small piece of the puzzle. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff about pine sap that I want to talk about, and I wonder if anyone else knows before I get to it. But yeah.
People are saying oils, the sap, oils, sap, but you're looking for something a little more specific.
I am. What about the sap? Why do they have that distinct smell? And there's some cool things that the sap does too.
I have a guess, but I'm going to wait until after your song to harbor that guess. Are you able to look at some comments while your video's playing? Woo! Yep. Has anyone nailed it yet?
One person just did.
Don't tell me.
Wow. Oh, no, I won't.
Okay. All right. I am going to your... Here we are. This is Corinna on the piano. Aww. That was so beautiful. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, man, I've seen you sit down at that piano a bunch of times and play some pretty awesome, pretty stuff. But I don't think I've ever heard you play a piece like that in its entirety. I think that's really cool. Did you have to work at that a little while before you recorded, or?
I tortured my family a little bit. As soon as I turned the camera on, I couldn't play it anymore. It took me like 9 attempts to play it.
Well, that felt pretty damn perfect to me. So, thanks for the hard work and prep. That was really lovely to get to listen to and watch.
Oh, thank you.
So, have you been getting some right answers? Because I'm excited about my guess.
I've only seen one that was the specific thing I was looking for, but I've seen a lot of very intelligent responses which sort of circle around it. So I'm psyched to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Here is my guess. I'm guessing that pine trees smell the way they do. The smell comes from their sap, and in the sap and the smell is some kind of defense mechanism, probably against probably critters that will dig into pine trees, and termites or other kind of nesting insects. That would be my guess. But I'm just throwing it out there.
That is absolutely a part of it. Pine sap is antimicrobial, it's antiviral, it's antifungal, which is super interesting. So it's very good at defending itself. When a pine tree gets injured, like a branch gets broken or something, it releases sap. That same sap that a pine tree releases, doctors are using it in medications these days. It's used in some cancer treatments. It's also a possible alternative to some petroleum-based plastics, which is super exciting. But the thing I was looking for is the molecule, which are called terpenes, and they're found in a lot of different plants. What's really cool about pine trees is on a super hot day, you might get that very intense pine smell. That's actually the pine trees releasing these terpenes into the air, and they're able to provide shield for themselves in the atmosphere through shade. They're actually even able to seed rain clouds, which is fascinating, which I didn't know until this week. Right?
That's very cool. That is very... Terpenes. That is awesome. And the terpenes are what give the pine its piney smell.
Its distinct smell, that's right. Yep.
Man, all right. It's kind of interesting that more... maybe more is there a ton of stuff that is using pine? Pine is a very common smell in cleaners, but that's like fake pine, right? There's no correlation there, I'm assuming.
I don't think there is there, although the terpenes from pine are also used to create turpentine.
Right. Aha. Once again, unlike our visits from Turtle, I feel smarter having had spent a little time with you tonight, Corinna. Thanks for visiting. Did you guys already do dinner?
We did dinner tonight. Yeah. I think we're gonna do game night next.
Woo! What'd your ma cook tonight?
She did salmon and rice and some really yummy veggies.
Oh, man.
Pickled green beans. Yeah, it was a really good dinner.
Oh, yeah. Have you had any Veggie Joe yet since you've been there?
We did. We were thinking about you.
Aww. Sherry makes vegetarian. Is it vegan or just vegetarian?
It's vegan.
Vegan.
That one, yeah.
Vegan sloppy Joe. And the first time that we stayed at Corinna's house, I was so vocal about my love for Veggie Joe that it is now a staple when we come and visit Corinna's house, which It's always something that we all look forward to, along with everything else that Sherry cooks, and then, of course, all the alcohol that Sherry serves us while we're eating her food.
True story.
True story. Corinna, thanks so much for hanging tonight. It's really nice to see you. I miss you.
Great to see you. Great to see all you gatherers. Miss you too.
I'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
There she is. Ah. Yeah. That was nice. I'm telling you. Nice getting to see friends these days, even when it's on a screen. You know? Before 2020, you told me that I'd really enjoy playing concerts through my computer. I would have said you were crazy. And here we are at the end of 2020, and I can look back on this year and say that and it's been one of my most fulfilling years of sharing music that I've ever had, and that's and you know, that's because it ain't about playing at a screen. It's about who's on the other side of the screen, of course. So, anyways, Corinna, if you're still watching and listening, thank you very much. Beautiful music, and some pretty cool stuff I never knew about before. All right. Before we wrap up tonight, I'm gonna try a song that I shared for the first time last week. It's funny. I mean, I do this not only because you may notice, right, when I share a new song, oftentimes after I've shared that new song, I'll play it a handful of times. And the reason for this is twofold. First of all, I know it's a new song, and it's not a song that it's a new experience for you all. And if you're anything like me, it takes it certainly takes me a couple listens through of any good song to like kind of digest it and think about it and kind of feel whatever I feel like I'm supposed to be feeling. So I like to do that, but I also I work at learning these songs and then I play them, but unless I give them another run through or two. We were talking about this the other night, right? It's like cramming for a test and then forgetting everything you just crammed for the next day. I mean, I have not actually counted the number on Supergirl's song list, but we're well into the hundreds and hundreds of songs shared so far in the Gathering series. So that's another thing. It's not only been a good and fulfilling art sharing process for me, but man, good. It keeps the mind sharp having to learn this many songs and continue to be able to play them. This is one I wrote with my friend Clint Daniels from Nashville. It's called The Reckoning, and we'll see how I do on it. If I botch it, we'll hit it again at some point. High noon draw, fall on the floor, and a steel guitar. It's a battle cry survive a sin. Sometimes the heroes die, sometimes the bad guys win. Here we wear the crown. Where the ship goes down. Nobody knows who the next day brings. It's a reckoning. It's a rising tide. It's the burning sun. It's a soldier's prayer when the war ain't won. It's the line that's drawn. It's the price it takes before the train is gone, before it's too late. Nobody know what the next day brings. It's a reckoning. Take my hand, test your faith. We live and die by the choice we make. It's a reckoning. Oh, we wear the crown. Where the ship go down. Nobody know what the next day brings. It's a reckoning. Well, I hit my guitar so hard on that one, it knocked it probably, well, more out of tune than usual, let's just say that. So I apologize for that. We'll get that one right, though. Thank you for the claps. Thank you for the claps. I like that tune. And again, that's one of the songs that it don't really work until you hear those ooh, 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 in harmony, right? Sung by different voices than the lead singer. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready, carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the night. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of what things combine. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us, all we see is to ours, and the air that we breathe is to good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses here. Let us drink to this time that we had. For these moments, they pass like they won't come again. And they are lives all burn bright, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work. The working is true. Let us drink one of me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who are with us. Here is to us, and all that we see is to our hearts, and the air that we breathe is to now good company. It's to the future, here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow, let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Thanks for being here with me. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And I'll see you tomorrow.